Schalk, thanks for joining me on this. I mean, comedy is obviously something that is it something you've always wanted to do? Is it something you knew you wanted to do from the start, or did it evolve from wanting to be acting? Or
Wow, you hit the nail on the head there. Yeah, it was, acting was always my focus. Casper de Vries is probably my biggest reason why I wanted to move more in a comedy direction. Casper de Vries and Ace, I almost said Ace Ventura, Jim Carrey. They were like my two absolute idols. My focus was always acting, going into like acting, but hopefully more on the comedy side of things. But I was also always driven to become like a famous actor, Oscar kind of stereotype. I even had a Hollywood name, which I don't think I've said in an interview before, because it's something I always forget about. But I always had this thing that my Hollywood name is gonna be Kevin Mann, but man with two N's. Because growing up, like the two biggest actors was basically Brad Pitt and Johnny Depp, and they both have the double letter at the end. Pitt with two T's, Depp with two P's. So I was always going to be like Kevin Mann, because it's easy to pronounce, whatever. Yeah. And I thought, Scott said, no, that's not going to work in Hollywood. Yeah, and then I sort of discovered stand-up. That's also like a long story on its own, but like I discovered stand-up. When I started, I saw it being more of like a hobby, something I do on the side.
Yes.
Now it's turned out like comedy is my full-time thing, and acting is something more that I do on the side almost.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Like if I could have the choice now of what I want to do for more months of the year, I would always choose stand-up, I think.
Where did the idea for these lockdown videos come from? They've been absolutely like fantastic and so well received. And I think I heard somewhere that was it true that Gauteng Tourism phoned you and said, listen, you better cheer everybody up. It's going to be really hard.
The Gauteng Department of, I don't know, it's such a cock-long name. They must really think of an abbreviation or something. Like the Gauteng Department of Sports, Agriculture, Jet Skis, Fun, and Entertainment and Shows. I actually was in self-quarantining in Cape Town the week before the official lockdown because I flew down for shows. And it was luckily shows at small venues. So we were going to just be strict and keep it to 100. And then on the plane, I was like, there's no difference between 95 and 105.
Yeah.
If someone has corona at that show, everyone is going to fucking get it because it's small venues. And there's food and there's drinks and also laughing is not a great way to contain the spread of the virus. Going, it's actually my manager's fault that we cancelled the shows. Look, it was all for the best, but I'm glad it happened because I was like, I don't want to be the guy that if there's a massive spike and millions die, then I'm the dude that was like, nah, fuck it, we're under 100 people. Let's do it. Come on.
And the hotspot around the Baxter Theatre, thanks to you having...
Exactly. So I was like, I don't want to be part of that. I think it's the safest thing to do. I will never forgive myself if someone gets corona and dies from it and I find out somehow that person was at my show. I will always think that that's where they got it. Yeah. Even though they could have gotten it from fucking Woolies. I started doing like little videos that week, just, messing around. And then I committed to it and said, I'm challenging myself. Every day I will do a video. Even if the video is 10 seconds long that day and I've got nothing funny to say, I will. As a creative exercise, it was such a cool thing because it's like you don't have a choice. You have to, whether you're feeling funny that morning or not, you have to cock out a video,
Yeah. Are you getting a lot of feedback and comments and messages? If I feel how we, watch you, you feel like you become part of your life and part of, this person.
It's been quite special for me to feel like I've been contributing to like giving people an escape, even if it is just for 5 minutes, and the comments that I've obviously been saying like, I watch you with my morning coffee and then I sort of just like have a lacquer day, That's been like, the person writing that comment wrote it and then forgot about it. But reading it for me was very special, feeling like you could actually potentially add that effect on someone. And also, when I started scaling down on the videos, because obviously after level 5, I said, Mensa, I can't every day. You know, some weeks inspiration will hit and I will still do every day, but otherwise, you know, the content is drying up here.
How are your family feeling about being part of these lockdown videos, and I suppose a bit of a window into them as well, which wouldn't have been there necessarily in your usual comedy, because now they're visuals of who they are and what they are?
I think my mom, you know, loves it. Sometimes she's a bit embarrassed, but she loves it. She'll lie sometimes and say, no, I don't like it. But she secretly loves it. Because she wanted to be a performer when she was young. She wanted to go study drama, but it's like, you know, old school days. And my grandfather, you know, in those days, if you studied drama, you were either a fucking hippie or a Satanist, you know. So he said to her, there's no way that I'm paying for you to go study drama. From the beginning of my stand-up career, I've spoken about them on stage. So they are used to being part of my content. And yeah, then when I started posting the videos that my mom take of my dad eating in the garden, I don't know if they see why it's funny. I don't think they get that. Like, my mom's like, why is this funny? It's just my beautiful garden.
Schalk, I think so a lot of the reason why I wanted to speak to you is because I feel, have taken something that a lot of people have kind of been stunned, deer in the headlights by this experience of lockdown. And a lot of businesses, a lot of people and livelihoods are just on pause, in a bit of shock. And I think there are a lot of people, and you're definitely one of them, that have taken this and actually made it a useful opportunity. And so I think that that's a really positive thing. And have you seen that this may have actually been a positive thing for you and your career and your brand? Has there been an upturn in followers and interest in your comedy?
It has been good, like my social media following, for example, that has grown, like being able to discover these videos, building a fan base, getting a puppy. I mean, we've been wanting to get a puppy for so long, but our schedules, my fiance is also freelance. Our schedules are just too insane. So a lot of positives have come from it. But yeah, the unfortunate thing about a pandemic, what I wanted to say is, for some people, there could be some positives. For some people, there could be only positives. For some people, there could be only negatives. So I'm very, 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 and I can't like say this enough, very, very grateful for the positive stuff that I have been able to get from it, because I know it's not like this for
Cape Town
everyone.
Particularly, we get like ring fenced in and pushed out to sea. I think it's so bad here.
Yeah, they're just gonna take a big saw and just saw Cape Town off of South Africa and just, you know, you're gonna become the new Robben Island. You just, you know, they're over there. Thank you. No, I mean, and I do realize, you know, I haven't said it in my videos, but I do realize the feeling good, feeling positive. You know, it's obviously a thing that I've decided to actively try and stay good and positive. But I know it's obviously easier said than done.
Oh, before you go, let me just ask you one thing. Is there something exciting on the horizon that you can give a little preview of? If there's something coming up that you are looking forward to career-wise?
I think the exciting thing on the horizon right now for everyone is just going back to normal. Like, the exciting thing on my horizon is being able to get out there and do shows again in a theater. And I would just love to perform to people again live, you know. I want those people to come experience a live show of mine, because it's like, you know, these videos are lacking, but yes, you come to a live show and there's like people around you and laughs and the live element, you know. I'm just so excited for that again. Until then, you know, staying good, staying positive, staying busy. Yeah.
Brilliant. You've been amazing, and it's been fantastic what you've done, and brought a lot of lightness to a really hectic time. So
thank you.
Thank you.